Good morning, guys. Great. Well, as you know, at least you guys, every year we do a contribution and that money goes to Honduras. This year, we've had a man, I don't even know him, but he knew what you guys have done in the past, and he called us and said, hey, if you guys can take up $40,000 for this Breaking Chains building, I'll give you $40,000. I'll match it. And so between you guys and the students at Winterfest in Gatlinburg, I think we can do that. Some of you got a letter about that to try to help out with that. So this morning, the contribution is focused on Breaking Chains, on buying this building. Many of you have met Amber. Some of you have come to Honduras with us, including Elijah. And he has a heart for that. And he decided, hey, I want to do something, so he called me and said, hey, can I do a kind of little poem thing? And you guys love David Bowden, right? Back there in the back. Well, Elijah may give him a run for his money at some point. So from his heart, he wrote this about our Breaking Chains ministry. You'll see some pictures while he's talking. Would you please welcome Elijah Weaver?
Tegucigalpa, just another city that we hear about and pity as we're sitting in this room that is so very fitting to our high standard of living. And so we give. But giving has become a 5-minute conviction rather than an ongoing addiction. While one hand practices dereliction, the other is on a mission. It's an absurd contradiction. Giving was never meant to be an obligation, an operation to set your mind at ease, or an action done to appease yourself. No, it was rather meant to be a fleeing from comfort to the diseased and bleeding, a sacrifice of oneself to help the unhelped, a time to remember that all that is yours is really the Lord's, and a simple giving back as an act of thanksgiving. We are blinded to the reality of the fact that as we sit here now, she sits on a street corner, homeless, helpless, and hopeless, trying to cope with the baby in one hand and her drug in the other. A plastic bottle she fills an inch thick with contact cement that spits its fumes until she is consumed. Perhaps her only peace. An ongoing process that she repeats. She retreats to a land where her inflictions are fiction, where reality loses its realness, where she is fearless. But a high won't last forever. It's just another hopeless endeavor. And so she trudges on day after day, an endless mile, all the while she battles the mother of all diseases, AIDS, her $2 STD, and as it rages within her, she fights and contends, but then it's the winner. And she is just one of thousands of children and teens in the city that don't have the means to survive or even live a life that is worth their time. But wait, if we rewind, we will find that there is hope. His name is Jesus, and he has freed us from our sins, released us from the bonds of this world. He has redeemed us of our iniquities. So let us preach to the least of these. He has given us the keys to his kingdom. So let us go into the world so they may hear that hope is a-ringing. Let us not deny their cries for help any longer, but let us heed to their needs and take John 21:17 for real and feed his sheep.